What is going on, everyone? So a few days ago, the Oscar nominations were revealed, and I apologize for this video being a few days late, but I did want to make this video so I could share my reaction with all of you for the Oscars that I feel I wanted to talk about the most. Also, as you can tell, I am back in my old set. I had to move a few things around to experiment to see if I can get a better angle, and it is a little noisy around here, so I apologize for that. It's not in my basement like I usually film. But nonetheless, the 2017 Oscars are upon us, and this year, as in 2016, I always say, was not the greatest year, and I don't think the Oscars this year are as good as, say, 2014 or 2015. I do think this year is a little bit weaker, but I will get into that later when I eventually discuss Best Picture nominations. And I'm not going to talk about all the Oscars, but I am going to talk about the ones that I really want to talk about the most. So to start off, Best Visual Effects, Deepwater Horizon, Doctor Strange, The Jungle Book, Kubo and the Two Strings, and Star Wars Rogue One. And I think they're all deserving. Kubo and the Two Strings, it's a little weird to me. I did not think that any animation could get nominated for this, but hey, it had really good visual effects, so I'll take it. Best Sound Mixing, Arrival, Hacksaw Ridge, La La Land, Rogue One, and 13 Hours. Michael Bay, he got nominated for an Oscar for 13 Hours. That's a pretty good movie, a little bit underrated. All these movies, again, I think deserve to be nominated. I do think that Deepwater Horizon probably should have gotten nominated here. For some reason it didn't. Best Sound Editing, Arrival, Deepwater Horizon, Hacksaw Ridge, La La Land, and Sully. Yeah, those are all great nominees too. I do think that Deepwater Horizon should win this one because the sound in that movie was just amazing, and the way they edited the sound, it all made it sound so authentic, and it was just perfect. Now we start getting into some that irked me a little bit, and that is Best Animated Film. And the nominees were Kubo and the Two Strings, Moana, Zootopia, and then there's two I've never even heard of. I'm not going to bother to name them because Finding Dory should have been nominated. In fact, that was my favorite animated movie of last year, and it was not nominated. Why? Best Original Score, Jackie, didn't see it. La La Land, great. Lion, wanted to see that movie, did not get the chance to. Moonlight, pretty good. And Passengers, I also think Passengers, one thing I forgot to mention in the Passengers review was that the score I thought was really good in that movie, and I honestly think that it should win this Oscar. I don't know if you can count La La Land in this category because they are singing compared to just music itself, and I do think that Passengers overall had the best background music of any other movie this year. Best Makeup, Star Trek Beyond, Suicide Squad, and a movie I'd never heard of before, A Man Called Ove. I think Star Trek Beyond should probably win this. It was a little surprising that Suicide Squad actually got an Oscar nomination considering the backlash that movie got, but the makeup was very good, but there really aren't that many participants in this specific Oscar, so that was a little surprising compared to the last few years, and that's another thing with this year. I don't think the depth really was there with the films this year. And movies that I have talked about in the past, I said that in 2015 and 2014, those movies had gimmicks. This year, no movies really had gimmicks except for Star Trek Beyond and Suicide Squad. Honestly, the superhero movies and everything else was basically just normal, plain, and really no need for any makeup. What does that tell you? Best Cinematography, Arrival, La La Land, Lion, Moonlight, and Silence. Thankfully, Silence got nominated for this one, but I do think that Moonlight had the best cinematography this entire year, so I'm expecting that one to win. Best Original and Best Adapted Screenplays. Now, screenplays, to me, I can't really compare screenplays. The only thing I can really say about screenplays is the movie that made me the most invested throughout, where I did not take my eyes off the screen because the dialogue and the overall screenplay was so good. But for this year, I don't really feel like naming the nominees, but I do think that the Best Adapted Screenplay should go to Fences. It was really impressive, and the dialogue in that movie overall was just great. And then I think Best Original was Manchester by the Sea, because in that movie, I did not take my eyes off the screen. I was just so invested in the story. Best Director, Denis Villeneuve for Arrival, Mel Gibson for Hacksaw Ridge. Great movie, great director, and everything about that movie has great direction. And then we have Damien Chazelle for La La Land, Kenneth Lonergan for Manchester by the Sea, and also Barry Jenkins for Moonlight. Martin Scorsese did not get nominated for this Oscar for Silence. Come on, he's a great director. He did a great job in directing Silence. That is a huge bummer to me. Best Supporting Actor and Actress. I'll be honest, I barely saw any of the movies for Best Supporting Actress, but my pick is easily Viola Davis, and I guarantee she's going to win that award, just like she won the Golden Globe. And then Mahershala Ali, I do think, will win Best Supporting Actor, even though he was barely even in Moonlight, but I'll give him that award. Best Actress, same thing. I didn't really see any of those movies. I am expecting Emma Stone to win for La La Land. Best Actor. Now, this is probably the most stacked for Best Actor I've seen. That is probably the only category for this year that I think is way better than anything we had the last few years. Of course, Leonardo DiCaprio won last year. This year we have Ryan Gosling for La La Land, Casey Affleck and Manchester by the Sea, Viggo Mortensen for Captain Fantastic. Now, I did not see that movie, but my sister says she loved it. She watched it on a plane, so I think I should check that out eventually. Also, Andrew Garfield for Hacksaw Ridge. I'm not going to complain. He was good in both that and Silence, so I think he definitely deserved to get nominated here. And, of course, Denzel Washington for Fences was great in that movie, and I think all of these actors had just a great year in the movies, and I think they all absolutely deserve to get nominated this year. And finally, Best Picture. We have Arrival, Fences, Hacksaw Ridge, Hell or High Water, Hidden Figures, La La Land, Lion, Manchester by the Sea, and Moonlight. The movies this year, honestly, I wouldn't say stack up to the years we've had in the past that got nominated for Best Picture. I think 2014 and 2015 had some really great movies that were put in Best Picture nominations, and this year we have Arrival. I thought that was pretty good, but not great. I don't think it really deserved to get nominated. I don't think that Hell or High Water was all that good. I think it was good, but not as good as it could have been. I didn't see Hidden Figures. I really wanted to see Lion. I'm guessing that should have been nominated. I do think that Fences was a good movie, not my kind of a movie, but I do think it deserved the nomination. Hacksaw Ridge, of course, deserved the nomination here. Hidden Figures, I didn't see that. La La Land definitely deserved the nomination here. Manchester by the Sea, definitely. Moonlight, definitely. But Silence was not put in here, which was surprising. Also, I think The Founder probably could have got a nomination here, too. And movies that I think were really snubbed here: Patriots Day, Deepwater Horizon. I was hoping to see them here, but they were not put in here, and that was extremely unfortunate, especially for Patriots Day and Deepwater Horizon. I know those are not the kind of movies the Academy likes, but they were some of my favorite movies of the year, and I think they were better than some of these movies nominated this year. So that was extremely disappointing to know that those movies were not even given a consideration. But that was my reaction for this year's Oscar nominations. I didn't talk about all of them, but I did talk about the ones that I wanted to talk about the most. So I hope you guys like this video. Let me know if you agree with me or disagree with me in the comments section. Also, I'm still not sure if I should see Split, and also the movie Gold comes out this weekend. I'm not sure if I'm going to see that because it's not playing really anywhere near me, so we'll see about that. Also, I do have an updated version of my top 10 movies of 2016. If you guys are interested, I will talk about that in my next video if you would like. Thank you all for watching this video, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.